What is up, Tenkin crew? The news cycle is spinning faster than ever, and we've got the inside track on the stories that are absolutely going to blow your mind today. Get ready for some unmissable updates that are shaking up the gaming world and beyond. You do not want to miss this one. First up, we're diving deep into the wallets of gamers everywhere. Are today's consoles actually costing us way more than they should? We've got the data that breaks down historic pricing versus what you're shelling out now. Get ready to question everything you thought you knew about console costs. Then, hold on to your hats, because the digital world is getting a privacy shakeup. Microsoft is rolling out new requirements that could have you reaching for a VPN just to play your favorite games online. We're talking about ID verification and what it means for your online freedom. But that's not all. A beloved franchise is officially making its comeback, and the whispers are loud. Get the scoop on a potential remake and what it could mean for the future of this iconic series. Could this be the nostalgia trip we've all been waiting for? And finally, we're revisiting a game that was thought to be dead and buried. Could a second chance at life be in the cards for this highly anticipated title? We've got the inside story on the behind-the-scenes drama that could bring it back from the brink. Stick around because you need to know this. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, and let's get into it. Console costs skyrocket. Are we overpaying today? Prepare to have your perceptions of gaming hardware costs completely shattered. An in-depth analysis by Xbox Central has revealed a startling trend. Modern video game consoles are significantly more expensive than historical pricing patterns would suggest. This isn't just a minor price hike. We're talking hundreds of dollars more when you factor in inflation and typical depreciation curves. The gaming industry has long understood that console prices tend to drop over time, a natural cycle of hardware evolution. However, recent years have seen a departure from this norm. Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft have not only refrained from significant price cuts on their latest offerings, but have, in some cases, even increased the manufacturer's suggested retail price, MSRP, for current-generation consoles within the last 6 months alone. This defiance of historical pricing expectations is precisely what the Xbox Central analysis sought to quantify. When you crunch the numbers, the discrepancy becomes almost unbelievable. If consoles today followed the traditional price cut trajectories seen in past decades, systems like the Nintendo Switch OLED, the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition, and the Xbox Series S could potentially be found for around $200. This stark contrast highlights how much the market has shifted, leaving consumers to question the true value and affordability of current gaming hardware. The data suggests that even accounting for recent inflationary pressures, today's console prices are outliers when viewed against the backdrop of gaming history. To arrive at these eye-opening conclusions, researchers meticulously combed through decades of pricing data. This involved delving into old news reports, official press releases, advertisements, and retail catalogs, tracing pricing information back to the launch of the Atari 2600 in 1977. The focus was on permanent MSRP changes, ensuring that temporary sales or store-specific discounts did not skew the results. For consoles that experienced multiple price adjustments within a single year, the lowest price point for that year was used. All nominal prices were then adjusted for inflation to reflect consistent July 2025 dollars, utilizing the Bureau of Labor Statistics Consumer Price Index (CPI) calculator. This rigorous methodology provides a solid foundation for understanding the true historical cost of consoles. The resulting trend lines, while showing some year-to-year fluctuations, paint a clear picture of a changing market. Some classic consoles experienced rapid and substantial price drops shortly after their release, often preceding their eventual discontinuation. Others maintained their initial launch price for a year or two, allowing inflation to gradually erode the dollar's purchasing power before a price reduction was implemented to stimulate sales of aging hardware. This historical context makes the current pricing strategies of major console manufacturers all the more striking. But is this price trend the only shocking development in the gaming world? Get ready, because the way you access your favorite online services might be about to change dramatically. Your online gaming life could soon require a VPN. The digital landscape is constantly evolving, and with it, our privacy and access to services. Recent developments have put Microsoft's gaming services, particularly for Xbox users in the UK, directly in the crosshairs of new regulatory requirements. Users are now facing mandatory identity verification to continue accessing social features linked to their Microsoft accounts, a move directly influenced by the UK's Online Safety Act. This situation serves as a potent indicator of what might be coming for gamers in other regions, including the United States. The UK's Online Safety Act, officially enacted in 2023, mandated new rules concerning child protection, which became legally enforceable in July 2025. Despite prior warnings that the use of virtual private networks, VPNs, could undermine these age-related restrictions, no specific provisions were made to account for them. Consequently, VPN providers, including well-known services like NordVPN, Surfshark, CyberGhost, ProtonVPN, and ExpressVPN, have reported a significant surge in new subscribers since the Act's implementation. This surge is a direct response to the anticipated need to bypass or comply with these new digital regulations. For UK-based Xbox users, the ultimatum is clear. Complete age verification before early 2026 or face restricted access to social features. While core gaming functionalities and existing friend lists will remain accessible, the social ecosystem of Xbox will be impacted. Microsoft is utilizing a service called Yoti for this verification process, which can estimate age from a selfie or accept alternative forms of identification, such as state-issued IDs, like passports or driver's licenses, credit card checks, or mobile provider verification. The implications for user privacy in this process are substantial, prompting concerns about the collection and storage of personal data. Microsoft's official statement explains this initiative as part of its compliance program for the UK Online Safety Act and its commitment to providing age-appropriate experiences and ensuring community safety. However, critics point out that Xbox accounts for children already possess robust parental controls, including spending limits and friend request approvals. They argue that this new verification might primarily affect children using adult accounts, but even then, if an adult verifies their identity, a child could still potentially access content inappropriately. The effectiveness and necessity of this widespread verification are thus being debated. Crucially, Microsoft has indicated that this is not solely a UK-specific measure. The company explicitly stated, "We expect to roll out age verification processes to more regions in the future. There is no one-size-fits-all solution to player safety, so these methods may look different across regions and experiences." This suggests that gamers in the US, Canada, and potentially worldwide could soon face similar requirements. Unless these measures are globally enforced, VPNs are likely to remain a viable workaround for accessing services without undergoing identity verification, though the long-term effectiveness of such workarounds remains to be seen. While navigating these new digital frontiers, there's exciting news for fans of classic gaming characters. Get ready to jump back into a vibrant world as a beloved platforming hero makes a triumphant return. Rayman's grand return, remake confirmed for 2026, sequel possible. Prepare for a significant dose of nostalgia and excitement as Ubisoft has officially confirmed the long-awaited return of its iconic platforming mascot, Rayman. In celebration of the franchise's 30th anniversary, the company shared a message acknowledging that a dedicated team at Ubisoft Montpellier and Ubisoft Milan is actively working on the future of Rayman. While details are scarce and fans are cautioned not to expect immediate news, this confirmation alone has sent ripples of anticipation through the gaming community. Adding fuel to the fire, a recent report from Insider Gaming suggests that this comeback could manifest as a full remake, tentatively slated for release in late 2026, with the potential for a new Rayman 4 to follow if the remake proves successful. The original Rayman game first graced screens in 1995, captivating players with its distinctive art style and engaging platforming gameplay. Over the years, the series expanded with numerous sequels and spin-offs, with Rayman Legends in 2013 marking the most recent mainline installment. Legends achieved considerable success, selling over 4 million copies by 2019. The franchise also spawned the wildly popular Rabbids spin-off series, which eventually gained even greater prominence, leading to successful crossovers with Nintendo in titles like Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle and Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope. If the rumored 2026 release for the Rayman remake holds true, it would provide a much-needed boost for Ubisoft's upcoming portfolio, which has faced uncertainty in recent times. The company recently launched Assassin's Creed Shadows, which has already attracted over 5 million players. Future projects include Assassin's Creed Codename Hex, reportedly a departure from the series' recent RPG-heavy entries, and remakes of older Assassin's Creed titles, including a highly anticipated revisit of Assassin's Creed 4, Black Flag. Beyond Assassin's Creed, Ubisoft is also developing the Division 3 and new installments in the Far Cry and Ghost Recon franchises. Ubisoft has navigated a period of significant corporate restructuring, including the cancellation of several games and the closure of development studios. A recent strategic partnership with Tencent aims to bolster its presence in the market, particularly concerning franchises like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. The critical reception for Assassin's Creed Shadows has been overwhelmingly positive, with reviewers praising its immersive world and engaging gameplay, suggesting a strong foundation for Ubisoft's future endeavors. The potential success of a Rayman remake could signal a broader revival of classic Ubisoft IPs, offering fans the chance to relive cherished gaming experiences with modern enhancements. Speaking of highly anticipated games and the complex journey of their development, get ready for a story about a game that faced cancellation, only to be offered a lifeline in the most unexpected way. Perfect Dark's Second Chance, a post-cancellation saga. In the turbulent landscape of game development, cancellations are unfortunately a common occurrence. However, the story surrounding the revival of the new Perfect Dark game offers a fascinating glimpse into the intricate negotiations and strategic decisions that can occur even after a project is officially shelved. Following Microsoft's significant layoffs that impacted Xbox Studios in July, the studio responsible for the new Perfect Dark was shuttered, leading to the game's official cancellation. Yet, as reported by Bloomberg's Jason Schreier, Microsoft reportedly extended an opportunity to Crystal Dynamics, the studio behind Tomb Raider, to resurrect the project. The complexity of this potential revival is further highlighted by the fact that Crystal Dynamics is owned by the Embracer Group, a company that has itself been undergoing significant restructuring and financial challenges. Embracer was reportedly in discussions with another publisher, Take-Two, to secure funding and publishing rights for Perfect Dark. However, these negotiations reportedly faltered, with the primary sticking point being the long-term ownership of the Perfect Dark franchise. This disagreement over intellectual property rights ultimately led to the collapse of the deal. The failure of this proposed partnership had further repercussions, reportedly resulting in a new wave of layoffs at Crystal Dynamics, as detailed in a recent IGN report. Schreier's account suggests that Crystal Dynamics has now completely abandoned its efforts to revive the game. The core issue appears to be Microsoft's reluctance to relinquish its ownership of the Perfect Dark IP, which it acquired when it purchased Rare in 2002. Perfect Dark, a spiritual successor to Rare's iconic GoldenEye 7, has a history of licensing complexities, which may contribute to Microsoft's firm stance on retaining control. This situation draws a parallel to Microsoft's previous handling of the Hi-Fi Rush developer, Tango Gameworks. In that instance, Microsoft managed to find a buyer in Krafton, the parent company of PUBG. However, the circumstances were different, as Hi-Fi Rush had already been released to critical acclaim and commercial success, making the layoffs that followed its success particularly controversial. The Perfect Dark situation appears to be more about IP control and future potential than a successful game seeking a new home. While the future of Perfect Dark remains uncertain, fans can still access trailers and developer interviews related to the project. The saga underscores the challenging realities of the gaming industry, where creative visions can be hampered by business strategies and intellectual property disputes. The potential for a beloved franchise to remain in limbo due to ownership disagreements is a stark reminder of the complex ecosystem that governs game development and publishing. That's all the deep dives for today, but we've still got a lightning round of recaps coming your way. Get ready for a rapid-fire look back at all the major stories we covered. All right, everyone, that's a wrap on today's bombshell news. We've uncovered that today's consoles are way pricier than history suggests. Microsoft might soon require VPNs for gaming services. Rayman is officially returning with a remake potentially in 2026, and the new Perfect Dark game might be getting a second chance after all. Don't forget to smash that like button if you learned something new, subscribe to Tenken for more of the hottest news and analysis, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below telling us your thoughts on today's stories, and follow us on all our socials to stay connected. We'll see you in the next one.